All right, we are recording. Hello, my name is Josh, and welcome to the future home of the Photo Lab. So my vision for this channel is to do educational videos on photography. And we're going to hit a whole gamut of stuff. We're going to do introductory photography for beginners. We're going to talk about film photography. We're going to talk about digital photography and alternative processes and darkroom. Did I say darkroom already? I might have. But we're going to talk about a lot of things. But first, we have a little problem, and I will show you what that is. Hang on. All right, so this is the problem. Well, this is not the problem. This is some nice darkroom equipment. But as I pan around the room, you will notice that there are too many windows and not enough walls to make a functional darkroom. So you're probably asking yourself, why would you make a channel called the Photo Lab if you don't have a photo lab? And yeah, that's reasonable. So when I first started developing this idea, the obvious way to do it would be to build the photo lab. And I use the term photo lab because not everything that we're going to talk about and not everything that I do as a photographer is darkroom related. So photo lab encapsulates the darkroom, but then scanning, working on the computer, alternative processes, which again, we'll get into all that stuff at a later time. But yeah, the idea was to build the photo lab, then do the YouTube show. And then I started thinking the act of building the photo lab could be really interesting to a lot of people that are into photography. So that's what we're going to do, is start from the ground level and build this thing up. And it gives me the chance as well to learn a little bit about video editing and video lighting and audio and all of those things. So, as the photo lab progresses, my skill level hopefully will progress as well. So let's take a little tour and I'll give you an idea of what I have planned. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the darkroom tour, the preview of the darkroom using finger vision. So over here we have a small space that is my current office space. So I've got a computer, scanner, things of that nature. Nice fish tank, which is going to get moved. That's going to be a pain. Through this door, that is a little laundry room where I got the ability to do some film processing, but I haven't had a true darkroom in quite a while, not since we've moved to this house. So, let me back up here. This right here is a little closet. Right after that is where we're going to build our nice little wall going all the way across and up. Oh, and we're going to lose this drop ceiling. We'll talk more about that shortly. So build a nice wall here. We'll have a door that will be the entrance to the darkroom, which we will have to make light tight. Over on this wall, we've got currently just a couple of fold-up tables. We want to make a nice countertop with some cabinet space underneath, and probably take some of the enlargers that I have and put them up here. I don't do a lot of darkroom work, so I don't know if that's something that will get used more in the future. But for right now, they're nice for decoration. Over on this wall, we've got a fireplace. Now, I'm going to build a bookshelf to go in front of this for two reasons. One, I'm going to have some chemistry in here, that is flammable. So I don't know that I really want a working fireplace in here. I also am worried about possible light leak. I don't know if that's an issue, but put a nice bookshelf in front of it and possibly put some sort of material behind it to seal up and make it light tight, and that should be good to go. This will be my new office. So build a desk, put the fish tank here. On this wall, we need to cover this up, and my hope is that we can figure out a way of making this light tight, but then also giving us the ability to flip up the covering so that I can get window light in here when I want it. Over here, we've got a nice piano and nice big print. So this illustrates the bigger prints that I have done in the past. And that's why we'll be making a darkroom sink that will be suitable for that size of print if I choose to do it again. And that's gonna go, I think, right about here, right in the center of the room, for a couple of reasons. One, and probably the most important, is that right there, above the ceiling is the kitchen, and I'll have access to not only a drain, but also hot and cold water coming from up there. So that's going to drop down from the ceiling And then we also are going to do a nice big vent over the darkroom sink and vent that out probably to that wall. So quite a bit to work on, right? All right, we have moved out to the garage, and the reason is that I wanted to show you this. This is the former UV box that I was using for those big prints. So if I open this guy up, see that there are a whole bunch of tubes in there. And if I turn it on, it looks something like that. So I don't want to have not only the darkroom table, or I'm sorry, the darkroom sink, but also this UV box. So my goal is to, one, build it underneath the sink. And I think I can do that by running the, the drain along the side of it rather than straight down through. And then I think I can also put some storage under there for some prints. So that is the plan. Oh, and the UV bulbs that are in there right now are fluorescent, and I think we're going to try taking a stab at LED. So again, for those of you that like alternative process stuff, hopefully this will be pretty fun, right? There we go. Cool. Yet another enlarger and the tick. Got to have the tick in any darkroom that you set up. All right, so that is the plan, guys. If you want to join us on this journey, please consider liking and subscribing. But even more importantly, for me, I would love if you could drop some comments and let us know, other than tearing out the drop ceiling, tearing out the carpet, and putting down some sealer on the concrete, none of these other ideas are really set in stone. So the darkroom sink and the vent, all that stuff, the wall, the light tight ceiling, I'm going to have to figure this stuff out, and I would be happy to do it together with you. If you have other ideas for your darkroom and you want to talk about them, if it's something I haven't mentioned, throw it in the comment section and we'll talk about it together. Thanks for tuning in, and we're going to send this out with me tearing some stuff up to some really bad royalty-free music. So thanks, guys. What do you suppose I should tell my wife about this? Just kidding.